Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm lure fishing today. I'm in the same place as I was in my last video, but a bit later on in the tide. I'm fishing the last hour and then maybe a little bit back down again just to see what it's like. As you can see behind me, it's a lot higher than it normally is. I've normally stood in that weed, so unfortunately I snagged up and snapped off, which means I had to tie a new leader. So I'm just going to explain what I'm using. I'm just using a bit of 20-pound leader, probably about a metre, maybe a metre and a half of it, onto a 30-pound braid. I'm tying it on that with an FG knot. They're one of the strongest knots you can use. That's what I use on my spinning rods and my beach casters as well when I'm tying braid to mono. There's loads of videos on YouTube on how to do it. That's how I learned how to do it. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to tie it, so it takes a little bit longer than your average knot, but they are strong. They are, like I said, they're one of the strongest knots you can use. And then I've just got a quick clip, just so I can take the lures on and off nice and easy as well. And then the rods, all I'm using is an Ugly Stick Big Water. They're not too expensive. There's a 20 to 60 gram. You can get slightly heavier. I prefer that. Nice light rod. You don't need much. You can go heavier. You can go up to 80. You can go up to 120 grams if you want to, but I prefer this using the smaller lures, and then it's more fun when you do hook a big fish. They're very robust. They don't break. I've not managed to break one. I've put it under a lot of strain through trying to get out of snags, hooking decent fish and that. So yeah, that's what I personally use. And then paired with a 4,000 size reel. You don't need a massive reel here. You can. It depends what kind of depth of water you're fishing. If you're going to fish deeper water with the lures, you're going to need a bigger reel because you need more line on that. But personally, I don't fish anything much deeper than 30 meters. When I'm lure fishing, you don't need to. They normally, well, the depths I'm fishing are normally between like 10 and 20 meters deep. I find there's plenty of fish through there, so I don't need a bigger reel for when I'm spinning. Oh, it's a good pollock. There we go. Not massive, probably about £4, £4.5 maybe. So the only problem with fishing now is that I get weed on the lure every single time, because obviously I have to drag it through the weed to get it in. It's all right when it's out there, when I'm the bit that I want to fish, it's fine. It's just that last little bit. But yeah, all I'm doing is just bumping it along the bottom again. Because we're coming to the end of the tide now, it's not that strong. It's the only thing pushing it around really is the wind. That pollock had it on the retrieve, just on the edge of the weed. There we go, bigger lure and a smaller pollock. So they're not overly fussy about the size. Generally, sometimes they are. Sometimes they can be really fussy. There you go. Get them put back.